Alright, in this video here I'm going to show you how to reassemble the 1911 A1 Commander model by Norinco. This is a Series 70 and it's incredibly easy to put back together once you know how to do it. You study this video and remember, and then you won't need it no more. We're going to start with the trigger. It only goes in one way and it just drops right into place. That's it. Secure the trigger. We're going to use the install the magazine release. Just push it in, push it up slightly, and twist the screw. It will pop back in, and then you know it's engaged. It's all good. It's not coming out. Next up is the kind of a tricky part. I must have fumbled with this and this for about 30 minutes the first time I had to put it back together. Got it almost down to an art now. Any of you guys know of an easier way to do this, let me know. This is the disconnector, this is the sear, and they go in together. It's one. To know which way to do it, you're going to want the face of the disconnector facing towards the trigger. And the sear, you're going to want it in just like that, so they line up, the holes that is. And I do it as one. I just push it in and it goes in right there into that hole. It kind of sits. All you gotta do is align it with that hole there, these holes here, and you can drop in the sear pin, and you don't have to worry about it moving, well, falling out. I do it from the side. It seems to be a little bit easier. Just kind of push it in. Then I use my screwdriver and I just align the sear so that the holes are matching up. And usually I'll just drop in the screwdriver, shake it, and if nothing's coming out, we know we did it right. Move that, put in the sear pin. These pins can't be mixed up, by the way. One's obviously bigger than the other, so don't worry about that. With that in place, next up is the hammer. I'm going to push the hammer in just like that to decoct, and just drop in the pin. Incredibly easy. Flip up this strut bar here, and I'm going to go from this angle. Next up is the leaf spring. A lot of people freak out about this and they say, you know, I don't know which way this goes in, how do I install it? And it's really quite easy. With the hammer decocked, you're going to want to put the sear spring onto the left side of the sear right there. So those two notches, left side of the sear. You just drop it on top and falls right into place. That's installed correctly. That's the sear spring. This is the trigger spring, and that's the main spring, or the grip safety spring, pardon me. Next up, we install the fucking bug. We install the main spring housing, just partially, and we're going to test this to make sure it works. So you can cock the hammer. We got half cock and full cock. If you hear those two clicks and you're pushing up on the hammer and it's not disengaging unless you pull the trigger, everything's great. You did a good job. It's installed correctly. Hammer decocked. Leave the main spring partially out and install the grip safety. It just falls in. That's it. With that in play, you want the hammer strut, I call it the strut bar, whatever, fitting into the main spring hole. Just kind of align it, just using gravity, and push up. That's it. That's all. Now, when that's nice and aligned, you're going to drop the main spring housing pin, pardon me, in rounded side first, from left to right. It should just fit in with no force halfway. When it's in like that, you use a plastic screwdriver so you don't mar the frame, and just bang it in. like that. It'll snap right into place. Now we're going to perform a little check and make sure that, actually no, we're going to do that after. Disregard that. We're going to install the safety, and we're going to install the plungers. So plungers going first. It's going to drop the slide release plunger in first. You're going to drop the spring. Again, that's not a 1911 spring. The 1911 spring is purposely bent so that when you take out the safety, it doesn't fly out like it did in the previous video. Anyways, just drop it in. That spring's actually from an airsoft pistol. It seems to work. But it's just annoying when you're taking a gun apart. Going to install the safety plunger. And now you're going to install the safety. And just with the grip safety aligned with the frame hole there, just like that, you just drop it in. Doesn't matter what angle at the moment. Now with it like this, we want to, you're going to have to do this with yours as well, just push with a screwdriver the plunger in. Move the safety up. By the way, before we even continue, you want to fully cock the hammer. And you're just going to drop it in. Just like that. Perfect. We've pretty much assembled the lower frame of the pistol. There's only grips left. We'll do that last. Next up, let's put that aside. Oh wait, we're going to do a check. We're going to make sure this works before we continue, or else we just waste a lot of time. So just make sure the hammer cocks properly. If it does, great. Do a safety check. Pull the trigger. It should not fire unless the grip safety is pushed in. Excellent. Cock the hammer again. Move the safety up. Push in the grip safety. It shouldn't fire. That's excellent. It's perfect. The hammer cocked. Put it the frame aside. We're going to work on the slide now. I'm going to stop the video. I'll make another and do the upper assembly.